Okay guys, so I've got some really cool news that I thought I'd share with all of you, to my fellow Evil Dead fans. Dynamite has announced that they're going to be rebooting their Army of Darkness comics, and the creative team behind it is going to be, get this, Steve Niles and Dennis Corleo. I really butcher that name all the time, I'm really sorry. Anywho, I'm really excited for this. I think this is a perfect match. Steve Niles, for most of you guys know him he's a horror writer. He's a writer for such things as, like, he's the creator of 30 Days of Night. He's also done a lot of horror type comics, and that's his big kind of shtick. He also did a Bigfoot comic where he co-wrote it with Rob Zombie. And I think this, like I said, I think this is a really good match. Evil Dead, before Army of Darkness was all campy and kind of, it was like horror comedy, more on the comedy. It was more of an action comedy. The Evil Dead series, as we all know, was more of a horror series. I mean, it did have comedy, but it did have some really genuine, creepy moments. Now, like I said, I have total faith in Steve Niles, but I have read some bad Steve Niles books. There have been, like City of Others. City of Others was just that was just terrible. And there have been other books that I've really did not care for. City of Dust was really good. I thought City of Dust was really cool. But there are some books that Steve Niles writes that are just kind of like to bad for me. But I do have faith that, he is a good writer. That is the thing. I think he is a good writer when he has the right material. And from the interviews, he sounds really excited to do Army of Darkness, which I think who wouldn't be excited to write Army of Darkness if you're a horror fan? This is one of the big things, like writing Freddy or Jason or Leatherface. It's one of those type things. So, yeah, now, about what this comic is going to be more or less about is it's going to be kind of it's going to be Evil Dead 4 in comic form. It's going to be like that. And it's going to, you remember that last scene, for those who remember that last scene in Army of Darkness where Ash killed the Deadite and rescued the girl, and he's like, yeah, I'm king of my own world, hail to the king, baby, and all that other good shit. So it's going to take place right after that. Now, now this is kind of the thing. Army of Darkness is in Dynamite Comics has kind of rebooted itself multiple times. They've kind of gone through multiple reboots. So taking place right after the third movie is actually, I think, is a cool idea. I mean, although disregarding continuities before is kind of bad, but I think you could work this out. Unlike, DC's reboot, for the most part, when Army of Darkness rebooted in Dynamite Comics multiple times, they at least had like some groundwork of the previous stuff. It wasn't like a full-on reboot. It was more like, hey, we're just going to do another total plot line, but we're going to keep the stuff that was before and not totally erase it like DC did. But in here, it looks like they're going to do that. It's going to be like the Evil Dead 4. That's what it more or less is going to be. Now, I don't know exactly what else is in the story, but I did see some interior art. It looks like we're going to have a Deadite wizard that Ash is going to fight. Okay, that's awesome. But yeah, I'm really excited for this, and also the Army of Darkness and Hack/Slash crossover that has just been coming up. I think it came out this month, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I'm wondering what else they're going to do with Army of Darkness, and I can't wait to see what Steve Niles has in store for this book. I'm just really excited. I think they picked the right guy to write Army of Darkness. Anywho, that's really all I have to say for this video. I know it's kind of a short video, but I just wanted to let that guy, my fellow Deadites out there, just the news that came out. And yeah, I really want to know what you guys think of this. You guys let me know. What do you want to see in this comic? And do you think Steve Niles is going to do a good job? And, stuff like that. Anywho, I'm out.